When last we left our intrepid adventurers, we were in the middle of a fight with Aurora's brother.
Also known as Sephiroth. Cephalon.
Giggles.
No, none of those things. No, Cepheus.
Okay.
Cepheus was his name.
I think you're being a little bit ridiculous
Sisyphus.
right
Which does sound
Got
a
it.
bit like Sephiroth.
Sisyphus?
Anyway, so yeah, we were in the middle of a fight with him at the end of last session, and so we're still in the middle of a fight with him at the beginning of this session.
Yes. And what was the exciting thing that happened at the... Oh, yeah, there were 3 clones of Cepheus.
Yes.
And then another round...
Yeah.
Let us never pronounce his name correctly henceforth.
Okay, I kind of... Oh, yeah, and for historical record, John is not here to contradict me today, which is actually unfortunate, because since the session was basically all combat,
There are no good lies
I don't
to
have
tell
any good lies to tell anyway, and also it's always...
That's what a good liar would say.
it's always nice in these things, like there's a whole bunch of these individual things that happen, to have John around to be like, oh yeah, remember that thing? And I'm like, no, I didn't remember that thing, you're right. So I may miss some details. We may have to do another retelling at some point.
You may have to,
Any
like...
details you don't remember, you just fill them with lightsaber sounds.
Yeah. And then...
Yeah. No, I'm sure there were some cool things that people did that will slip my mind.
I think you have to upgrade your tale telling. You got to record the session, then listen to the recording of the session, then come to tale telling with an accurate summary.
Maybe. Well, anyway. So we're fighting Cepheus, and there's 3 of them.
And it's your turn.
It was the party's turn at the beginning.
Yeah, and then next turn there may be a 4th Cepheus.
Yes, and in fact, spoilers, there was. Yeah, John was having a new Cepheus show up every round.
That's what I thought.
It wasn't as bad as it sounds, because if we pick the right one to hit, the damage ripples down to all of the other ones as well.
If you hit all of them...
Fortunately.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
he
teleports around and
Yeah.
confuses you which one is the real one.
Fortunately, we have an area of effect currently active where things inside it can't teleport. So they spent their whole round, all their abilities and stuff, trying to get out of this area.
Yeah.
And they did. And then they did their swappy around thing.
And now it's your turn.
So we don't know which is the load-bearing boss.
Right.
But we have like 10 epic level characters available to double team on this guy and do what we can. So we start throwing everything we have and try and move them back into the no teleport zone. Do a little damage so we can hopefully figure out which one's which, and then lock them down again. And as long as we keep it so that he's having to spend all his time trying to get out of the teleport zone, we're going to slowly wear him down. Unfortunately, we have to draw 2 Jenga blocks every round that both of our parties are present. And John had forgotten to have us do that for a couple rounds last session. So we start out with 6 Jenga blocks pulled. And so we're like, okay, that's pretty nasty, but this is an ultra high level fight, so it's probably not going to be a whole lot of rounds. We've pulled a bunch of Jenga blocks before. As long as we don't pull them in a dumb manner or whatever, at which point Robin says, I pulled them, guys! And so we turn and look at the tower, and holy crap, I don't know what Robin was thinking.
She pulled like the middle pieces?
She made it look like an apple core. There was like just this, it was in the middle there, and it was like, what did you do? What did you do
You had
to the
6
time
pieces.
tower? You pulled 6 pieces and made it look like an apple core. It's this spindly, topply thing. Oh my god, now we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Now we're in trouble. Let the record show, uncontradicted by John, I'm sure he would agree anyway. It's all Robin's fault.
Oh, man. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we weren't paying attention. We just turned back and it's like, she pulled them. Oh, okay. So, yeah, now we're sweating. Until this point, we weren't really sweating, but now we're sweating. So,
this was likely a plan between the GM and his wife.
I don't think so.
Up the tension.
I'm pretty sure no.
Plots go deeper than you think, Brian.
We lay into these guys.
Yeah.
And we start doing things to pull them over. I have now remembered that 16th level ability I had like 10 levels ago, where I can re-roll missed will attacks.
Yay!
So yeah, that's
your accuracy has increased.
Pretty awesome. So I do like 4 cutting words on these guys to try and pull them over, and I miss everything.
Of course, as
we
soon as
hit
you
him
have
with,
it doesn't
yeah,
help
we
you.
hit him with 10 critical hits last session. This session, I'm like, nah, miss. I rolled an 11 as my highest roll out of like 6 dice rolls. Ridiculous. Anyway. But yeah, we start nudging some of them over, and one of them we hit, and it does damage to all 3 of them. So we're like, aha, we want you. And so then we start unloading heavy damage hitters on that guy, and yes, we got the pastmost one back into the no teleport zone, and we hit him with 2 separate immobilized save ends effects. And and that's actually quite important, because Cepheus has an ability where he can take a save ends effect off of someone else, and so he can do that, but he'll still have immobilized save ends, so he won't be able to move. He'll save out of it because solos get a +5 on their saving throws.
Yeah, but he'll be stuck for a round.
He'll be stuck there for a round. And I also hit him with no, I didn't hit him with satire prowess. That was another time. Let's see, what other weird stuff was going on there? I'm sure there were all kinds of weird stunts we were pulling there, but all I can really remember is once we managed to get him into the no teleport zone and locked down, we just dumped hit point damage on him. And we started getting crits again, so that was nice. And then the round ended, and it was his turn. Did he get another turn? Yes, he did. He did, because it was funny. I had timeless trekked. Yes, that's right. I timeless trekked one of the non-pastmost versions of him, because we didn't want to hit him anyway. We wanted to hit the pastmost version of him. So I timeless trekked one of them, and we managed to get both of the other ones into the no teleport zone. And then one of them we locked down with all the immobilized save ends. So then it was Cepheus' turn again. His futuremost self was timeless trekked. His pastmost self was double immobilized. And then the middle one was, I don't think he was immobilized, but he was in the no teleport zone as well, because we managed to pull him in. And then the 4th version of him shows up, and he does whatever he can to try and get pastmost him de-immobilized and out of the anti-teleport zone. But we've sufficiently locked him down that he's unable to do that.
Nice.
He wastes a whole lot of his actions and is unable to do that. So it's really awesome. The only guy who's out of the non-teleport zone is the most recent arrival. So he does a flickery teleport thing, and we all go, "Oh, big mystery! I wonder which one he swapped with." He swapped with himself. Nothing happened. And then it's our turn again. I draw the Jenga blocks for the party. It's tricky. Fortunately, there were some Jenga blocks in fairly secure positions that Robin, for whatever reason, in her infinite wisdom, decided to ignore. So I was able to pull some Jenga blocks without toppling the tower, but man, that thing's wavery. So then it's our turn, and we just go back to dumping hit point damage onto the guy.
And hopefully locking him down again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and well, I mean, actually, yeah, he did save out. He wasn't immobilized anymore, but he'd used his whole turn getting de-immobilized. The guy stayed in Mithrendane. Oh, yeah.
We lucked out.
I think so, if I remember correctly. Because at this point, we pile enough damage. Oh, no, he didn't stay in Mithrendane, but what happened is that we put enough damage onto the pastmost version that, rippling up the chain, it killed the guy who was in Mithrendane at the time.
Okay.
So, yeah, he died in the place where things that don't exist are.
I assume he didn't die there, but as soon as he came back, he died.
No, he ceased to exist. His historical hit point total was now greater than his actual hit point total damage. Well, he went below 0.
He died in the past.
Yes. And so we're really not sure exactly how he died, because it's kind of weird.
Well, one of your attacks against him earlier in the combat would have killed him.
Yeah.
Thus, you should actually have your power back.
Meta time.
No, that's fine. Oh, no, let me see.
And your action.
No, that's right. I remember how it went now. He came out of Mithrendane.
Okay.
And then other crickets sent him back to Mithrendane immediately.
Like, we've had enough of you.
Right, and then he died. And then we did it. Yeah, so it was this round where we killed him. So, yeah.
But he died off screen.
He died off screen. As far off screen as is possible to get. So we dealt enough damage. We managed to kill him this round. Except he is a campaign boss monster, so they never die quietly.
Right.
So
Oh, you killed the main one.
the main one,
Oh, okay.
the past most one.
Right. Yeah. You finally.
Yeah.
You actually depleted his hit point thing. Okay.
Yeah, since he spent his whole round getting demobilized,
Right.
we were like, either we try and immobilize him again, or
Mhm.
we just dump hit points on him. And we figured dumping hit points on him was best, especially considering the waveriness of the time tower. We needed to get this over with. So we just piled hit points on him until he died. But he had a villain speech. He released that.
Did John spare any of the VFX budget, or did he he spent
Oh no,
hard?
VFX budget is about to get blown right now.
Okay.
So he releases his past most self, the level 8 version of him, from that protective plot bubble that he put around him at the beginning of the fight. And as he's dying, he says, curse you all, this was my one chance at godhood. I'm not gonna let it go. And so he gave he's a star, so he reincarnates. He gave all of his future lives to the guy that he just released from the plot bubble as he died. So instead of reincarnating, he just fizzles out. But all of those lives, future lives, he's now put into powering up his past self.
Okay.
That's fine. I'll make do. Yay, now you don't have a knack. Take that.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll make do.
Anyway, so this level 8 schlub gets powered up and gets turned into a level 25 solo brute who's like this towering infernal humanoid wreathed in flame because he's a star, and he's got this ridiculously nasty fire aura around him. I think it's like everything within 40 squares of him is getting, 20 hit points per turn, and
Wow.
everything within 30 squares is getting up close to him. We were getting like 40 hit points a turn.
Right.
But given our hit point totals, that was like, okay, we got 3 rounds before we die. Who cares?
Right.
Who cares? We ignore it.
The tower will topple.
Oh yeah, time will have killed us long before that. And also, we're 10 party members dumping hit point damage onto this guy. So he does his attacks, and he's a brute. So all he does is a great big slam karpow thing. I think he does 5 hit points of damage to Croesus. Yep.
That is incredibly little.
Croesus has a ton of temporary hit points though, so yeah. Well, it's Croesus. He should have picked someone other than Croesus to try and hit.
5, you said. 5.
Yeah, 5 managed to get through all of Croesus's various layers of defenses and bullshittery.
How much was it before the defenses?
I don't know. Probably like 200 or something. I don't know. I had a couple of good turns where I did 200 hit points of damage. With a combination of crits and other interrupts and reactions and whatnot.
Wow.
So anyway, the big problem is...
Oh, but things are doubled, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. The real problem is, this guy blew up the boathouse when he turned into a giant humanoid star.
Which means the rest of the time people nearby are like, what the heck is that?
Yeah, we're very concerned about that.
Right.
Fortunately, the other party is still inside the kitchen fighting the salt wisps.
Right.
Or silt wisps, sorry. So they're a little distracted right now.
Right.
But yeah, we blew up the boathouse. It's big. I mean, we were heavily relying on lightning attacks until now because the guy had all these immunities to everything except we had not lightning and psychic, so we were doing a ton of lightning attacks. Both versions of Serendipity had her lightning ball fall out. So we're already concerned about our past selves getting distracted by this. But
It's a new plan. Kill him, go back in time, fix the boathouse before the party notices. Or time move yourself so you can fix it in the few rounds you have before they leave.
we actually do fix the boathouse, but I'll get to that. So yeah, we're now like pile hit point damage on this guy times 10 because there's no extra targets to worry about or anything, and we managed to take him down in 1 round.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised, but he's only a solo brute.
Right.
Just one.
And there are 10 of you.
Yeah. Also, John amped up the original guy with way more hit points than he should have had. He later told us the solo brute at the end was 400 hit points or something like that.
Yeah.
Originally, Cepheus had 4,000 hit points. And then, of course, there were 4 copies of him at the end there, so there was effectively, it was as if there were 16,000 hit points on the board. But, of course, there were a lot of special caveats that made it not quite as serious as that sounds. So anyway, yeah, we managed to take him down, and he turns back into the level 8 schlub. And then there's sort of the brief question around the table, like, do we kill him or take him captive? They're all like, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. And Robin was like, maybe we should take him. I've already killed him. Yeah.
What was that? Jenga puller?
Yep. So now...
So you've killed Cepheus.
We have our next big challenge. We have to fix the boathouse in the next couple of rounds.
At least you didn't stop pulling Jenga?
Nope, because our 2 versions of the party are still there.
Right, it wasn't caused by Cepheus, it was caused by you.
Yeah. So we immediately run up to our past selves, and we hand them the scripts for the next day, and tell them, go! Quickly! And so they skedaddle. And then the blocks stop pulling. But now we're worried because if the past party comes out to investigate the boathouse exploding, then more blocks will be pulled, and that tower's in terrible shape. So we rifle through all our various rituals and stuff, and there's 2 different fix-em-up spells. There's a make whole, and then there was some other one that's like make whole but cheaper, but it's not real. It's like a temporary thing. It'll fix it for 24 hours.
Okay.
Which is all we need.
Right.
I mean, the place was in ruins and abandoned when we left anyway, so we used make whole to for real fix the boats that were in the boathouse. Because we know that there's a bunch of people in the inn that after the fight is over, they flee. And we presume that they flee via their boats. So we need that part of history to stay the same. And we can't have their boats fall apart 24 hours later.
As funny as that would be.
So the boathouse itself, we fixed with the fake make whole. And we used cinematic points and whatever to make it go quick enough. Because at this point we have cinematic points flowing out our ears. Because John keeps having his characters have death speeches going on. And that is pretty much it for that session. As soon as we fixed the boathouse, we fled the scene.
Now, there must have been a description.
No, there was one other thing we did. The boathouse there was all the sounds of violence that happened at the boathouse that our past selves would have heard. And we needed our past selves to not get hung up investigating that and all that kind of stuff, because that would disrupt things.
Yeah.
So Cricket disguised herself as a Warforged and went over to the past party and just sort of popped her head in and said it was optimal for us to kill the salt wisps in the boathouse, and then popped her head back out and left. Yep, we blamed it on the Warforged.
No wonder they wanted to kill you.
Now I'm just imagining that every Warforged they found
Was
the
actually
party
Cricket.
describes.
Especially the ones who came to kill them during the Thanksgiving. This will all make sense later.
Cricket, the most simple character there ever was.
Has secretly been disguised as everyone you've ever met.
She's just very good at faking her own death.
Yeah.
Okay, now it'll be a little tougher this time. Once they gain some experience, they're going to be a warrior.
It's only going to be bad if they meet the Warforged again. Cricket?
Turns out there's no actual magic in this setting.
Yeah.
It's all just cricket with like strings and
Eventually, you have to figure out why Cricket was actually Cepheus.
So then we flee.
Now, when you finally killed Cepheus, did he have like a cinematic?
He did. His wings flew away. Essentially, his wings were made of the souls of End of All Things and Aurora's. They disintegrated and seeped away into cracks in time. So, Aurora's souls we're not really concerned about. It means she's going to go and reincarnate somewhere, as stars do. But now the End of All Things isn't contained anymore.
Right. Bummer.
Yeah. Our whole trick with Aurora, time looping it and stuff, isn't in effect anymore.
Stupid Cepheus.
Yeah. So I figure that's probably going to be our top priority in coming sessions. Now the End of All Things is back in the loose, and we already had pretty highly prioritized the time mages as a priority we needed to deal with. So I think we'll probably be working on that next. But yeah.
So that largely concludes that chapter.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned that it was mostly Cricket who won the day.
Well, no. In fairness, I caused the killing blows to be landed on both Cepheus and on his amped up. The what?
Demi-Cepheus?
Demi-Cepheus, yeah.
You were like, give order.
Yeah, I was doing the bardic warlordy stuff where, yeah, I did my double prescient warning thing where it's an encounter power where if an ally gets hit by an enemy's attack, as an immediate interrupt, I can have the enemy do an attack back at the enemy that hit him, and both crickets there had that, so I used that twice. That was pretty fun.
You have struck my Hank. Hank now strikes you twice.
It was actually Croesus I had hit him twice. It's suboptimal, but that was who was available. So that's where things stand now. We have eliminated one of the 4 factions.
And restored another one.
Yeah. Well, it was essentially the same faction as the Time Mages, so the number of factions has gone down.
You gotta figure out whether Cepheus was more dangerous than the end of all things. It kind of sounds to me like it came out. What's the word for not on the winning side?
We'll call it a draw.
Yeah. No, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, Cepheus was containing the end of all things, so I think we still have come out ahead in the sense that there are
and he was immune to Time Tower.
Yeah.
And end of all things is not.
Yeah.
But it's the end of all things.
It's just a name.
Yeah, but the other guy had a name too. Cesium.
It really is the end of some things.
Yeah.
Silifus? Silifus?
It's okay, he's dead.
Alright.
And he lost all his future lives too, so he's not coming back.
Nope.
And not a single party member died.
Cerussus?
Nope.
It's kind of disappointing.
I was trying to convince Serendipity to add Starkiller to her name.
And then she could be a Star Wars.
Yeah. The problem is, stars are generally known to be nice in this setting.
Right. Dark Star Killer.
I propose bad Star Killer. But, yeah.
You know I'm best.
I'm sure she'll come up with something for next session.
Then she'll start moonwalking all over the place.
Which won't be next week, by the way. John is not available.
Oh.
Or was it John? Someone's not available for role-playing next weekend.
Right.
Next Fridays.
Did you timeless track him?
No, I didn't Thomas check. He just saved out of it by then.
John has deckless trekked. Must build a deck before he returns to reality.
Last I saw, that deck was almost finished, so I don't think you can use that excuse for much longer.
Well, you build a deck and you need at least a day to recover.
Right. Then you gotta have another day to lounge upon the deck that you build. And then you gotta have another day where you throw a deck party. And then you gotta have another day where you clean up the deck party.
This sounds
And that's pretty much the whole week.
Yeah, it sounds entirely reasonable.
Yeah.
5 days off. I had to put 7 screws in.
You forget about the day where you actually light the deck on fire and rebuild it.
Oh, yeah. Deck-ternity leave.
Just cast Make Whole. Anyway.
And that's your story.
That's
Sticking
my story.
to it.
Yep, I conclude. Oh my goodness, that was difficult. Young Cricket, we have almost no time at all. Here, take this. This is the script of everything that has to happen in the next day. And one more thing. No, you old Cricket, I understand. Very quick. You're going to give me a pep talk about how I'm an excellent domestic, right? You know me so well, young Cricket. Right, I'll just imagine that you did. See you later.
Okay, Croesus. I want you to do nothing for a day. You just stand there. Okay. I mean, you can move when the party is moving, but otherwise just stand still and do nothing. Okay.
So 6 years ago, when I was in that crypt of, you remember that, I was in that crypt of Delen de Carenda, and then I saw that dagger lying there, and I picked it up, and I was like, oh, this would be handy, you never know when you might need a dagger, and I put it, and I was wearing it at my hip, da-da-da-da-da. Well, today, I couldn't move, I couldn't do anything, I couldn't bite, I couldn't turn into a wolf, whatever, so I just hacked the thing, and guess what? It comes back! This is awesome!
Okay, Hank? Yeah, Hank? Okay, so this guy's big and on fire. He's like a sun. Cricket did that thing where she gave us an awesome roll if we need it. I think we just need to double team him and put this guy down real quick. Well, obviously. Yeah, it's a good idea, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's do it then. Yes!
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Big fire. Ah. Oh, wait. That didn't hurt as much as I thought it should. Oh, right. Hey, guys. Do you want some fire resistance?
Yeah?
Here you go. Maybe I'll just extra fire resist myself, just in case.
Gee, I wish I could fight alongside myself more often. I mean, disrupting the timeline and whatnot, the Jenga tower. But this was awesome. This guy was hard, and we just totally bodied him. I want to do it again.
Serendipity, Van Goldstrider, Malor, Toppler Towers, Shepherd of Souls, Strider Through Time, Doom Delayer, Salvation and Children. Yes, Serendipity, Van Goldstrider, Malor, Toppler of Towers, Shepherd of Souls, Strider Through Time, Doom Delayer, Salvation of Children. We work really well together. Yeah, I think so too. We should do this more often.